So, hello. In this chapter, we're going to discuss about conventional loans, which we use a lot, such as our auto loans and home mortgage. But this technique does not apply to payday loans, add-on loans, or other interest that is calculated upfront. So, you may notice that the formula is a little bit familiar. In fact, it's exactly the same as the payout annuity. So why is that? So imagine that you had 10,000 in your investment account or in your saving account or your 401k. It's sitting in the bank and you start taking out a payment. At the same time, the remaining are still earning interest as part of the payout annuity. And then after 5 years, you've been taking out the money from the account, and then the balance in the account or in your retirement account was zero. So you flip it around. Imagine that you're acting like the bank and the car lender is acting as you. So the car lender invests 10,000 in you. Since you're acting as the bank, you pay interest and the car lender takes the payment until the balance is zero. But the only difference I would say is you don't know how long you want to use all of your monies in your saving account. But for car loans or car lender, they definitely want you to pay off in a certain amount of time or length of the times, right? They can take it shorter, but no longer than upon the agreement. Okay, so here's the formula, exactly the same as the payout, except for the piece of zero is the balance in the amount at beginning. That means how big the loan that you can get at beginning. So D is your loan payment, which is the, you can think it as the monthly or annually or daily withdrawal that the car lender trying to get from you. And R is the interest rate, K is the number of compounding periods in a year, and N is the length of the loan in years. Okay, so you can afford a 200 per month as a car payment. If you can get an auto loan at 3% interest for 60 months, how expensive of a car can you afford? In another word, what loan can you pay off with 200 months? Okay. So we just need to write down the formula first. P sub 0, D times 1 minus, and see if I can remember it this time. Last video, I still can't remember it. But this one, I should be able to. Aha, I got it. I think this is right. Let me check. Oh, it's right. So now let's take a look. Your monthly payment is 200. So you plug in 200 there. And then, since it's monthly, so that means the K is 12. And you see the percentage sign that gives you what? This is the interest rate. And then you want it to be paid off in 5 years. And again, so now let's take a look. N is the length of loans in years. So that means N is equal to 5, not 60, because 60 is month. So how expensive a car you can afford? So not hard, you plug in the number, try to do it by yourself. So when you calculate it, if you get it correctly, you should get 11,120. So that means you can afford 11,120 or less than that. You can afford a car less than that, the amount. Okay, so let me ask you interesting questions. So think about how much you totally put in over the 5-year period. So you are what? 60? Each month you put in 200. right? So totally, you invested into the car lender or pay the car lender for 60 months, which is 5 years times 12. So totally, the money you put into the car lender is 12,000. What's that mean? Because remember that when you pay the car payment, you also need to pay the interest. Otherwise, no bank is willing to lend the money to you, right? If they just lend you the principal and didn't get any interest. So that means over the 5 years, the interest you're paying is 12,000 subtract 11,120. So you paid 880. Okay, so now let's see something. Home mortgage. So you want to take out 114,000 mortgage. The interest rate on the loan is 6%, and the loan is for 13 years. How much will your monthly payment be? So your monthly payment is D. We don't know. What do we know? We know that the loan amount is 14,000. No, I mean 114,000, and then over 13 years. And your payment frequencies would be monthly. So you're paying 12 times in a year, and the interest rate is 0.06. And then you plug in the number in there. Again, try to do it by yourself. D, we don't know. 1 minus negative 12 times 13. For me, I always forgot about the negative. If you didn't get a negative, you will get a totally different answer. So always remember that on the top here is negative. The exponent is negative. So after you calculate it, you should get your monthly payment should be $839.37. Okay. So I'm really interested over the 13 years how much interest I have been paying to the bank. Do you want to find out about that? So since your monthly payment is 839.37, and then you pay 13 years, and each year you're paying 12 months. Or I should do this way. You're paying 800 something, and you pay each month, and there is 12 months in a year, and you've been paying it for 13 years. So the total amount would be, let me use a calculator. So you have been paying $302,173.20 over 13 years period. That means how much interest you're paying. So the total interest you're paying over 13 years, because that's the column that you're getting, would be $162,173.20. Are you shocked about that? Over 13 years, you pay more interest than your principal. Yes, that's how the bank can make money from you. So if it's feasible, try to pay as soon as you can. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know if you have other questions. It's a really interesting chapter. See you next time.